Attack on Titan Chapter 129. I didn't think the wait would be this difficult. Curse you major C word that YouTube forbids. So what's up guys, Foxen here. So yeah, the Attack on Titan manga. We're almost there after the delay. But I really want to scratch that Attack on Titan itch. So let's actually have a fun video today about the Attack on Titan manga. Let me get into all or most of the important unsolved mysteries left that hopefully get answered by the time that Attack on Titan ends. So go ahead and give a colossal thumbs up, ring that bell, and definitely feel free to toss in your own mysteries that you hope Isayama answers. But first, thank you to Crunchyroll for sponsoring today. I know the situation right now sucks beast titan balls, but you know me, I like to stay positive. Right now is a perfect time to binge a ton of anime. And what do you know, Crunchyroll makes that super easy. You can watch awesome anime like My Hero Academia, SAO, Dr. Stone, The Shield Hero, Demon Slayer, all of Naruto, fillers too, no cheating, or even Attack on Titan for the 10th time. They even have the new Konosuba movie, watch that now. I've also been enjoying the new Crunchyroll original anime, Tower of God. It feels super shonen. Watch out Demon Slayer, you got competition. So go ahead and click my link below or go to crunchyroll.com/foxen. That'll get you a juicy 14-day free trial of Crunchyroll Premium. That includes access to unlimited anime. New anime episodes released on the same day as right here in Japan. Plus all of that offered in ad-free 1080p HD video. It's a win-win. You get to binge anime, plus you get to support even more anime being made. That's right, there's even more anime like Tower of God coming up. Definitely check out Crunchyroll after this video. Alright, so getting into it. By far, I think the biggest Attack on Titan topic is the Eren mystery. What exactly that Eren mystery has changed since the time skip. Currently, that is the big, obvious Dino Titan form, aka Godzilla Eren. I mean, forget about anything else, I just want to see how the damn thing looks. All of it. You thought the Rod 120-meter Titan was huge? Move over. Eren just made that thing its bitch. I mean, looking at that thing from the side, that thing is a thick Titan. But jokes aside, I hope that thing actually looks pretty awesome. I do have to wonder how exactly the scouts are gonna fight that thing. You know, besides the obvious, hey, get Armin up to the front and then just explode, nuke that thing. About the actual Eren mystery topic though, the whole Titan Realm events were really revealing. If there was any question about Eren's motivation beforehand, that should have cleared things up for the most part. The question after that then turned into, what exactly is Eren gonna do? And yeah, I could hear you shouting, Jerry, the claws of Titans are just gonna destroy the world. But come on, is that really gonna happen? Which really is the question right now. Is Eren, and by extension Isayama, gonna actually go that route? Or are we gonna get the complete opposite, Paradise Island and the Warrior Group, which will eventually go into this final showdown, Eren being the quote-unquote villain figure for this story. In other words, pulling a Code Geass or like several other anime that have already done a similar ending. I might have to do a whole discussion just on that. So for this big intro topic, definitely post down below, which way do you want it to go? Eren wins and destroys the whole world, or Eren wins by becoming the sacrificial figure? Next, Unresolved Mystery, Historia. You had Queen Historia being revealed as being pregnant like what, 1 or 2 years ago? Of course, more important, Attack on Titan fans were really wondering who exactly is the father for that. Was it Eren? Was it Flock? Was it Horseboy? Armin? I have seen a lot of you on both camps of this equation. Those of you that really want Eren to hook up with Historia or confirm being the baby daddy. And then the opposite, a good chunk of you that are highly against this, that Eren should end up with that one Ackerman. Unfortunately, this has been one of those topics that I think has just been unanswered for such a long time. I think I may feel different once the actual reveal is made, but right now I just want the damn thing to be answered. So for the Historia baby topic, who do you want the father to be? Eren, some nameless farmer dude? Which once again, that scene got removed in Attack on Titan Season 3. Although I guess you could always put that back in via flashback. Also, side thing about this, the actual baby. There's been so many theories circling around this baby. You've heard my end on this via my Attack on Titan finale videos. Part of this goes back to that final panel that Isayama showed. Almost guaranteed to be Historia's child. Next Attack on Titan mystery, the Asian nation / Asian bloodline. From this topic, I've been getting in the sense that a lot of the Attack on Titan fans don't really care too strongly one way or another, which ultimately goes back to what exactly Kiyomi's role is going to be in the Attack on Titan finale. Part of this goes back to Mikasa by the extension of her Asian blood side or her Asian family is part of some type of royalty. If I do want to be honest, this was actually one of those subplots that I always felt was kind of forced. Like, did we need to make Mikasa someone special? Sure, you could have just left it as Mikasa being related to some people in that other nation. But no, she's part of this royalty. And if you've been watching my Attack on Titan videos for a while, you know my thoughts on Mikasa. I just want Isayama to freaking do something with her. Come on, I really want to see Mikasa get some further growth and development. I mean, Annie already returned and it feels like Annie has gotten more than her. Anyway, next topic, the Ackerman bloodline. Hey, something else that Mikasa's related to. Recently, I was finally able to put an Ackerman video together that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. I really think some of the discussion and theories in that video are eventually going to come true. I think the biggest thing that we got out of the Ackerman was when Eren gave that info out, during that family talk. The question now becomes, when and how will this information actually come into play? Right now, we still have 2 Ackerman on the board. If anything, Isayama could further use this to flesh out Levi in some way, perhaps some Ackerman reveal in his final moments if Levi were to die. Or you could actually shift that to the other Ackerman, Mikasa. I could see some type of scenario where Levi ultimately dies, which then makes Mikasa have like this Ultra Instinct Ackerman mode. In other words, this huge power up, which honestly they may need. Either way, I still think that the whole previous talk about the Founding Titan being able to manipulate Eldian bodies, plus the Ackerman bloodline, will very likely be a piece that serves as how this whole Eldian issue gets resolved. Next up, a more general topic, the true Titan history. So far, the Attack on Titan story has had so many unreliable narrators. Some of the most telling part has been stuff from the Titan realm. During the Ymir flashback, no doubt about it, which is why I'm really hoping that somewhere, hopefully sooner than later, we get something else similar to that. What I'm really curious about is the Great Titan War, or some of these other Titan history events that we have heard about, but that obviously have been warped in some way or another, either via Eldians or Marley propaganda. Next up, Paradise Island. For this, I also do have to bring up the Iceberg Stone topic. At this point, it's been around 1 or 2 years since there's been that flashback, where there was a reveal that the Founding Titan, or King, supposedly hid something under the island, something related to Titan powers. From whatever that was, resulted in the Iceberg Stones. At least part of that did. So right now there is a question about why exactly the king did that. Why on Paradise Island? Was it before or after they migrated over? And then of course you have the natural resource, the Iceberg Stone, some Titan oil. I think for the most part, the question about what the Iceberg Stones will play in the future has been solved. Although for this, I'm thinking, is there more to this? Were these Iceberg Stones created intentionally? Or was it just this byproduct of the king trying to do something else? What exactly is under the island? What makes me more curious is that you did have that Titan Crystal Cave back in Attack on Titan Season 3. I do have a strong suspicion that was foreshadowing something. Next up, sticking with Paradise Island, looking at the Titan Forest. If you recall back in Attack on Titan Season 1, you had these giant ass trees for some reason on the island. They existed in specific parts of the island. The trees were around 80 meters or so. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it, but I always found these things to be very suspicious. To be fair, I do believe trees can actually grow to that height normally, especially in Europe. But when I saw these, I always thought, oh, colossal titans, just bigger. But actually, what refueled my interest in these trees is of course whatever hell that tree was in that Ymir flashback. That Titan tree being Yggdrasil or the Tree of Life. I wouldn't be disappointed if these things don't come into play again, but I do think these things are connected somehow. Not to mention the whole thing about the Titans being connected to plants in some way. Next up, the Curse of Ymir. After becoming a Titan shifter, you have 13 years. On year 13, happy death day. Alright, so for this, I do want to get a confirmation about a couple of things. First off, just reading the comments that a lot of you post here, I know there's a good chunk of you that don't believe this is real, or that it only affects a royal blood family. I always thought that for the royal blood family, they're the ones that experience that rapid aging. And of course, there's always been the question about, oh, does your timer reset? Or does it just stack on if you keep on eating Titan shifters? Which would really come in handy for Eren right now. On the other hand, a new piece for this. This came about via the young Ymir flashback. The question about why the number was 13, either because she became a Titan at 13 years old, or died 13 years later, or should I say got killed 13 years later. I think most Attack on Titan fans are satisfied with that. The new topic is whether there still is even a Curse of Ymir, since little Ymir shouldn't even be in the Titan realm right now. And if this whole concept is still around, after the whole Titan realm fiasco, Eren should have full control of this whole situation, potentially even being immune to this if it still does exist. Next up, the Attack on Titan endgame couples. Honestly, Attack on Titan isn't that series you should be watching only for romance, but I know a lot of you have your favorite couples for the Attack on Titan series. how this comes in play for the finale. Of course, the obvious first one is who exactly did Historia rub body parts with to make a baby? And then the most recent one, you had that Jean flashback. Or actually, I should say Jean dream / alternate reality type of things. There you saw the stallion was someone that looked very much like Mikasa. So could that have been Isayama foreshadowing some of this stuff going forward? Perhaps even testing the waters. And I know a good chunk of you are thinking, who cares who hooks up with who in the Attack on Titan finale? But I'm telling you, I've actually seen this more than a few times on my videos, that if X or Y couple does not happen, the Attack on Titan finale would be totally ruined for them. Scratch that, not the finale, but the whole series. Which of course I think is extreme, but maybe there's more of you that actually think like this. Of course, besides Eren, Horseboy, and Historia, you do have some Attack on Titan fans that want to see Levi ultimately end up with Hanji in some manner. For the dozens of Gabby fans, people want to see her with Falco. But how about the other Attack on Titan single ladies? We still have Annie, hopefully she survives. There's Peak, although I don't think we're going to see anything with that. Likewise for Yelena. I don't know, I'm super curious about this topic. Do you care? Or do you think if a certain ship does not happen for the finale, would the series be ruined for you? Switching to a different mystery I've always wondered, which is actually the districts on Paradise Island. Some of you are going to be like, what the hell is he talking about? What I'm talking about are the 4 districts within the 3 walls. I'm not going to hold my breath on this, but I'm curious as to whether Isayama sometime later on is actually going to give some reason for them. The in-story early reason for the districts was that they were meant to attract titans. But of course, 3 Attack on Titan seasons later, you know that the king wouldn't have even gave a damn about any external titans. In other words, you had these districts being created for the purpose of supposedly attracting titans, which was not an issue at the time. I guess you might be able to argue that the king foresaw into the future, eventually seeing morally dumping a bunch of titans onto the island. I'm actually thinking it might be one of those story details that Isayama hadn't fully decided on yet. In other words, the districts made sense back in Attack on Titan Season 1. By the time that the basement reveal happened, not so much. I might be one of the only people still thinking about this. Anyway, switching to a more juicy topic, the Eren Rage mode. Or that Berserk mode at the end of Attack on Titan Season 1. So I've touched on this before, that Isayama has not directly commented on this. I do bring this up for 2 reasons. Back in that Attack on Titan Season 1 finale, you had that line from that Berserk mode about destroying the whole world, which very much speaks volumes for stuff happening in the current Attack on Titan story. Then reason 2, we've had that Attack on Titan cover and face shot of Eren that are not completely the same but very much resemble whatever was in that Attack on Titan finale. So is that going to ever be explained fully? I would give massive credit to Isayama if he's actually going to tie that back in. In other words, make the anime only Berserk mode canon for the story. Next up, Gabby. Unsurprisingly, right now Gabby may be the most hated Attack on Titan character, which actually does make me wonder. It does feel like Isayama is saving some important role for this character. She is very much the female Eren. In one of my recent Attack on Titan videos, I actually went over how Isayama drew a female Eren. It's basically Gabby. And no, I'm not saying they're completely the same character. The similarities between the two have brought up the question about whether Gabby's either going to have some important role, which I mentioned. For example, either taking out Eren or potentially being the next Attack Titan. Gabby eating Eren, I desperately hope I never see. Gabby being a huge reason why the Scouts in Paradise Island win in this story is also something I'm not too much of a fan of. Definitely chime in below for this. Next up, from worst to the best, Levi. Alright, so humanity's strongest, or should I say just the strongest being in the actual story. Of course, Isayama nerfed him temporarily, but he's back in the story. It's practically guaranteed that Levi's gonna have some huge role for this finale. The question now becomes what exactly that's going to be. Or to be more specific, what is Levi's fate going to be? Just skipping to the end result, Levi potentially dying in this series. And then what exactly is going to be the fan reaction to that? We've already had so many people freaking out about this. The time that Levi went boom. I still do believe that Isayama could take out Levi in such a way that wouldn't piss off fans. Unfortunately, there will be at least a chunk of fans that won't let that go. So let me toss a question to you. What should Levi's fate be at the end? Some grand sacrificial death? Potentially to Eren? Or for Levi to survive and get that tea shop one day? Switching to a different Ackerman, Mikasa. Specifically Mikasa at the start of the Attack on Titan manga. You had that one panel saying, "See ya, Eren." Mikasa here missing her scar. I'm more curious as to whether this is going to come back into the story, since it wasn't included in the anime. If it does come back, the scar situation might be explained by some Ackerman healing that needs some conditions to actually activate. Or Mikasa just not having the scarf may be something that Isayama hadn't decided until later. Next up, Titan Shifters and Titan Memories. You've heard my very fun theory about this, regarding Royal Blood potentially unlocking some special DLC for Titan Memories. In story, supposedly blood relations play a huge part in this. I am curious about whether Isayama is going to mostly explain this or 100% confirm it. I get a feeling this is going to be answered in some guidebook somewhere. Then, I almost forgot about Zeke. I know some of you guys think the guy's already dead. The Beast Titan has been such an important player, Isayama's not gonna kill him off like that. Either he got steamrolled by the Eren Titan, he's somewhere in the Titan realm, or he might be hitching a ride on the Eren Titan. I know Levi is still very much interested in Zeke, but after the Titan realm stuff, Zeke's major role in the story might be mostly done. Then of course the big one, Ymir and that Yggdrasil Titan tree. Before that whole Titan realm flashback, part of me actually wanted the whole Titan origins to be left vague. Beforehand, you had three popular situations. Ymir got some divine powers, Ymir made a deal with the devil, or the one that it kind of ended up being, Ymir just found some organic material. I would have actually been fine if they showed Ymir going into the tree, then boom, Titan. The problem is that once she got into the actual Titan tree, you had that weird parasite looking, hentai looking thing attaching itself to Ymir. Unfortunately with that, I think Isayama has to give more information about it. Like, what even was this tree? Was it just there from the very beginning? Is it just some magical divine thing that happens to exist in the Attack on Titan world? Is this tree still around? Cause if it is, it wouldn't matter what Eren does, potentially someone could just fall in again and then boom, you're back to Titans. So this is the big topic, besides the whole Eren situation. Would you like this whole magical mystical Titan tree to be fully explained? Or should Isayama just stop it right there? I'm super curious to see what's more popular. At the end of the day, I'm betting that a lot of the questions here, and a lot of the mysteries you want answers to, are not going to get something concrete if Isayama does touch on them. I would bet a bowl of ramen that Isayama is going to answer a lot of this. Unfortunately, that will be later after the series is over, potentially in some changes in the Attack on Titan anime, and some official Attack on Titan guidebooks, or interviews long after the series is done. Let's just hope it doesn't turn into this JK Rowling situation. Could you imagine Isayama just tweeting out random Attack on Titan facts? Actually, now that I think about it, that would be fun, just don't go the extreme route. By the way, definitely give Crunchyroll a shot, and I do appreciate them sponsoring during these uncertain times. And yes, I do actually use them. I've been subscribed since 2015. Still am. Go ahead and tap my link below so you can start binging awesome anime right now. Also, do let me know which anime are you currently watching. And yes, I do read the comments, so who knows, I may give your fun bits a heart if you share your anime with me. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, smash that like. I do want to do more of these fun Attack on Titan videos that don't take 20 or 40 hours to make. Hopefully Attack on Titan Season 4 does not get delayed. Definitely check out my recent juicy Attack on Titan video and my video on Tower of God. I'm sure YouTube didn't send you them. And I'll see you guys later.